undercutting plain rain. This little bit of rain just cut our severe risk.
Let me fix something real quick. Turn that up, sorry. Just trying to get things set up here right now. Okay, as we're getting set up here, let me shoot these messages back. 10-4, just got live stream set up. Here in just a minute, we will discuss what's going on. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. There we go. I think I got it set up. Let me fix something real quick. Trying to manage a million things at one time, it's always fun. Right now we're in Baileyton, Tennessee. Sorry, I was trying to get things together and pin messages and all that stuff. Sorry. There we go. I got that fixed. Yeah, we're just a little bit above Greenville here. That's honestly, in my opinion, I'm expecting a little bit more down that way, because this little rain shower that's moving over right now could damper some of the activity, but you're gonna see my ugly mug real quick. All right, so what we got going on here, pull it up real quick if I can get it. Okay, so we have a MCD discussion. You can see a little bit of Southwest Virginia there, Western North Carolina, Northeast Tennessee, parts of Georgia, and it says a risk for tornadoes and damaging winds will persist into Eastern Tennessee and Northern Georgia. The weather watch probably should be issued pretty soon. Let me check and actually read the discussion and see what the probability odds are. I'm assuming it's pretty high. Trying to pull it up here. Here we go. Let me read the mezzo discussion. Watch issuance 80%. So yeah, it's probably going to be issued anytime now. Additional watch will likely be needed for parts of eastern Tennessee, northern Georgia. Despite weakening thermodynamics, strong, veering, low-level winds will support a risk for damaging winds and brief tornadoes. The discussion is that a fast-moving line will continue eastwards through middle Tennessee and northern Alabama. Strong wind fields will continue to be sampled by regional VAD data. Some cloud cover has kept temperatures a bit subdued, particularly in northern Georgia, and parts of eastern Tennessee have been able to warm into the mid-70s. See, strong low-level shear would also promote some risk for a brief tornado within the line of storms. A watch for parts of this region will likely be needed this afternoon. So that's as of the discussion right now. So, I mean, it's good to kind of check out these things and see what's going on. I'm trying to, like, pull up everything and get everything together. We just kind of start and go with the roll with the punches. As of right now, there was a few tornado warnings just outside of Chattanooga, and I think a few in Chattanooga, so not really much up this way yet, but those line of storms are coming. The most recent one is just north of Decatur and Philadelphia, Loudoun, and Lenoir City in Tennessee. And this storm will contain 70-mile-per-hour winds. This is severe thunderstorm warning in effect until 3:15 Eastern. So that's headed for the Knoxville area. So we're going to have to pay attention to that as it comes this way. What we're mainly paying attention for right now is the potential for tornadoes, which I'm going to take a look at the radar real quick. Kind of hate that this cloud cover decided to spot up, but it actually does kind of decrease the severe threat. The more that these little pop-up showers come, they steal the energy that's needed for tornadoes. Not saying that there can't be one, it's just kind of the way things go. I would say the main threat especially is the extreme winds, even the non-thunderstorm related gusts with all the high wind watches in effect in the area. But I'm watching storm motion right now, and it looks like they are starting to transition to that more northeasterly pattern, which we were expecting. Let me see. All right, I'll swap the camera back over the other way. Let me see. Let me get an update from Radar Tech. Hey, any update? Yeah, let me move position real quick and I'll show you. You can see the clearing right over here. But this is the line that's coming up through Knoxville right now. We're just kind of sitting here waiting for something to happen. In front of me is a Tri-Cities native, Jason Campbell. Trying to see if anything else at this moment is issued, but as of right now, we do have a severe thunderstorm warning on the border of on the border of eastern Tennessee, western North Carolina, with a observed considerable damage threat, 70-mile-per-hour winds. So that's something you need to watch out for if you're in the Bradley, McMinn, or Monroe, Polk counties in Tennessee. That's until 3:30. That was just issued, just right outside of Cleveland. Watching this line of storms as it's moving towards the Knoxville.
Warning to the southwest of Knoxville, moving up there quickly.
They are hauling. Let me see if I can pull up storm tracks real quick. I want to get an idea on how fast these things are actually moving. See, we've got a storm motion of 82 knots. So, knots to miles per hour. It's moving at about 94 miles per hour. So, these storms are moving pretty intensely. See, trying to see if there's anything else really going on at this moment. While I'm on the waiting side of things, I do want to give a shout out to First Warn Try for the donation of $10 to help out with today's storm chase, and I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. He's a very good friend of mine anyway. He's always got my back. And also, have to do it, shout out to my mom. She's always supporting me as well. I'm not for sure if I just saw a lightning flash. I don't know if that picked up on camera or not. Okay, let me get some things fixed up, closed out. I need to keep radar scope open and Zello. We're standing by in Baileyton. I think, though, realistically, I think the threat is a little bit decreased. Not the wind threat, but the actual tornado threat. Not saying that it's not likely that one could be issued, specifically a warning. A warning could be issued, but as of right now, with all this cloud cover, it's reducing the instability. So, as you have more clouds that pop up ahead of the storms, you're going to have those areas where it's kind of sucking up all the energy. So you're kind of losing out on the Cape because the convective available potential energy. Those storms, as Ryan Hall says, nader juice, they're drinking it and they become stronger that way. So when you have little pop-up showers and stuff, they use up all that energy. So then you're kind of left with nothing. Which is kind of, in a good sense, kind of what we want. We want the Cape to be kind of down because we really don't want a tornado. Personally speaking, I think it'd be cool to see one. It can be out in the open field somewhere. That's fine by me. I just don't want nobody to get hurt, which is why we're live as well, to give out the warnings that we know is going on and potentially help somebody out. Because I did notice that Knoxville's their NOAA weather radio station was down as of earlier. I don't know if that's still the case, but so we're here and I can remote tornado warnings live. They're actually, the only tornado warning I see right now is up in Indiana, right outside of Louisville there. We have some rotation back here though, around Dector and Athens, Tennessee. I'm seeing just a small area of rotation down there. Those storms will be making its way up this way, which is the ones that I'm tracking. The ones that's kind of going up, kind of just now entering Knoxville right now. I don't see as much in the tornadic potential because it kind of looks a little unorganized there. It looks more organized up in Kentucky. But down there around Chattanooga, those thermodynamics look a little bit greater, in my honest opinion. Trying to see what we got right now, if anything. Oh, Cumberland, DeKalb, Fentress, Grundy, Jackson, Overton, Pickett, Putnam, Van Buren, Warren, White counties in Tennessee, your tornado watch has been canceled. I'm waiting on the issuance of the tornado watch now. Let me see. I'll try not to make this too loud. I want to see if no weather radio is saying anything. I'm trying to keep it quiet so that way it doesn't interfere. Oh, here we go. Tornado watch, guys. Couple of strong tornadoes.
Service has issued tornado watch number 63, effective until 8 p.m. This watch includes the following counties in Tennessee: Carter, Cook, Greene, Hancock, Hawkins, Johnson, Sullivan, Unicoi, and Washington, and the following counties in Virginia: Lee, Russell, Scott, Washington, and Wise, and the following independent cities in Virginia: Bristol and Norton, and the following counties in North Carolina: Avery, Madison, Mitchell, and Yancey. Remember, a tornado watch means the conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including tornadoes.
All right, here we go, fellers. We've got a tornado watch in effect. Let me pull up the discussion of this real quick. Whew, that's kind of scary. It's gonna be wild. All right, let me get tornado watch box pulled up here. It might take a minute for the discussion to pop up, but we are watching to see what's going to be issued here. This is the first one of the season for our area of Northeast Tennessee and Southwest Virginia. Let me message my wife while I'm at it too. Let her know. Okay, so as of right now, it's until 8 p.m. EST Friday.
According to that, a couple of intense tornadoes possible.
Tornado watch is out for your region.
Okay, we're looking at it. We're going to read it right now here. They still don't have the discussion up yet. It takes them just a little bit. Let me message back my team. Yeah, they've actually got it issued for a couple of strong, intense tornadoes. 10-4 just saw that. I'm trying to pull up the discussion, but they're still behind on actually posting it on SPC. 10-4. I'm updating to see if it should be live now, maybe. Current watches. Tornado watch number 63. Okay, here we go. Tornadoes, moderate. EF2 plus, moderate. Severe winds, moderate. 65 plus knot winds, moderate as well. Primary threat, a few tornadoes and a couple intense tornadoes possible. Scattered damaging winds, significant gusts over 75 miles per hour. But a long-lived QLCS should continue to progress rapidly east. The tornado watch areas set up in place means that the conditions are favorable. Let me get the probabilities. This is what we usually go by. We're looking at 50-30 odds. Let me... Discussion's out, 50-30 odds. I read the discussion, 50-30 odds. So it means 50% chance of a couple of tornadoes just pop up quick, you know, little spouts. The 30% chance is a stronger tornado, EF2 plus. So there's a 30% chance of an intense tornado, which is, for this area, is relatively high.
Maybe 50-30. Messaged me and she said, they're really going on about the tornadoes on TV. I'm like, my God. Maybe 50-30.
Yeah, 50-30 odds, 50 for tornadoes, 30% for EF2 stronger.
Let's get it, boy!
That's the guy in front of me. 50-30 odds. I'm trying to get everything set up here. 50-30 odds. It's the only bad thing about storm chasing is all the prep. Okay, let me see if anything else has been issued. Nothing yet. I don't see anything. Hey Connor, how's it going, man?
Storms near Sweetwater, Tennessee, and Madisonville are looking a little bit stronger.
Somebody from my live stream said, hey, they saw you waving out the window.
Because I didn't know you were actually listening when that tornado watch came through.
Larry Broyles is the name on the YouTube stream there.
Hey, look back near Sweetwater. See how that storm's kind of taking like an S shape on radar?
Towards Sweetwater. Oh yeah.
Got a potential coupling on that one right there near Sweetwater. I'm seeing the reds brighten up and the greens show up.
Seeing that as well. I just checked it out there. The winds are howling right now. If y'all, there you go. Y'all can hear the wind.
That's my target storm right there.
My God. Hey, I'm gonna move position real quick to kind of get this clear slot in front of us here.
Where are you moving to?
Just gonna kind of angle my car that way.
I might angle mine over that direction too.
That's the clear slot. So this is allowing convective available potential energy to kind of spike up. I saw your comment. The future radar, I mean, it's kind of hard to predict with QLCS lines. I mean, there's a potential there. I mean, you know, it's kind of one of those things. I don't really know what it's going to do. I mean, I've looked at radar as to what they can guesstimate's going to happen. The only things that I know that's 100% certain is definitely the risk for intense winds. I wouldn't rule out 70+ mile/hour winds in some areas. But as for tornadoes, I think if any do pop up, they will be pretty brief. What the heck? What is radar scope doing? It's got rotation over Gatlinburg and there's nothing even there. There's no rain or nothing.
That's just with the wind vectors.
Yeah.
Over the mountain.
Like it's literally clear there, but it's got a rotation like little icon on radar scope.
That's over Philadelphia and Sweetwater looks promising.
Yeah.
Very promising.
What do you use?
It's probably the better looking storm I've seen in this area all day.
Yeah, 70 mile/hour winds are definitely pretty strong. As I was driving down here to Baileyton, trucks were already all over the roads from our 60 mile/hour high wind watch that's in effect right now. Speaking of trucks, there goes one. But you can see the storm's creeping in over here. You got this little sun ball hiding behind the cloud cover. Yeah, I had my radio on. I saw it go up, and I was like, "Oh shoot!" Knox County tree down. Power lines west Knox County from social media. Hey, Juanita, how you doing? I remember you.
There we go.
Oh my God, you brought everything.
Now I can see everything.
Jefferson
I had a customer
County.
gift me this iPad, dude.
Why can't I get
It's iPad Air 4 Cellular Edition, 256 gigabytes.
Oh my God.
That couplets look even stronger. Look at that. See it?
That's what Green just posted about. He's showing extreme winds are possible. Rotation is showing over Sweetwater, Tennessee. Tornado warning in Georgia.
Some large hail with that storm too.
I've got dents in my car from the last storm I chased.
I'm not getting no dents in this car.
I'll core punch all day.
Even with a shattered windshield.
Wouldn't be the worst thing. Ah, okay, yeah, Hawkins County. I'm actually from Southwest Virginia, in Scott County, Scott County, Virginia. Jesus, truck. We usually don't get super bad severe weather because we kind of hug the mountains, but I come out to the flats of Tennessee here whenever we get even a chance. What is that? Did you see that? That truck went through and something rolled off of it. Right there in the ditch. I know it's too blurry because of the gate, but it's like right there. It's something black rolled off his truck. Hope he don't need that. Lenoir City, we got Sweetwater, Lenoir City, and Linden, Tennessee until 3:15. This storm will contain gusts of 70 miles per hour.
Oh yeah, dude, look at that. You see how this comes up from the south and this comes from the east or west?
What's the velocity looking like on it? It's trying to churn.
It's trying to. Let's see what the gate to gate is.
Thank you, Dan. Good luck with your snow up there. I wish we were getting snow. It's still winter here. Can't tell it though.
We got about 56 knots of gate to gate. Why is that knots for? Let me go back and change that.
We're just waiting it out right now until something's issued.
Dude, if that thing makes a beeline for either Morristown or Knoxville, I'm dark.
Don't you tell me, like, you tell me when you're going and I'll follow. Unless if I get called off on something else. Yeah. Trying to stay up with the chat here. See. And check out Jefferson County, which is around Jefferson City, obviously. Oh, okay. So you're right off the radar side. Yeah, I would watch that storm that's coming up there from Knoxville. That one looks pretty intense right now. It is warned with a severe thunderstorm. Let's see. I think that's this one. Trying to see if anything else is being issued yet.
Sullivan County, brush fire from down power lines on Bailey Road.
Oh, shoot. Blount County, Tennessee, reporting 60-mile-per-hour wind gust as a private weather station.
Look at Ryan Hall at the Buc-ee's in Crossville.
I like how he's out there, got his stance going.
Hello?
Oh, Lord have mercy, I need a drink.
Hello?
Hey, Ma.
What temperature you got?
73.
That's what I got too.
It's went down a little bit. It was 75. I'm gonna get my other juice up here. Pack some juice. It's good for. Come on now. Big severe thunderstorm warning just issued there for Knoxville. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning including Knoxville, Tennessee, Maryville, Tennessee, and Farragut, Tennessee until 3:45 p.m. This storm will contain 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. This is in effect for just outside Jefferson City for Mascot, Knoxville, Carnes, Farragut, Lenoir City, Greenback, Maryville, Rockfort, Newbert, Sevierville, and Pigeon Forge. So if you're in the path of this storm, be prepared and get indoors. Plainview is also included in that. It's just on the very edge, but nonetheless, 70-mile-per-hour winds are not something to mess with. This is hurricane force winds coming in. me hit up who messaged me there. It's probably Dale. 10-4, we're watching it. We're under tornado watch 36 or 60, 63, one of the two. Just awaiting initiation of that potential tornadic development. I think the better bet might be up here where we're at.
It's gonna be tornado watch 61.
I'm kind of locking up here. Yeah, it's just extremely windy right now, Connor. We got a lot of wind here. Looking back towards Kingsport, looks a little cloudy. I can see Bays Mountain from here. It's like directly behind me. I'm pretty sure that's Bays Mountain. Be heading that way soon enough because we're going to follow this all the way into like Kingsport probably. We're letting it come to us as of right now. That's the unfortunate thing, sitting and waiting as they develop and head this way. But yeah, the pinned comment at the top is a donation if anybody likes to donate or anything like that. I just use it for fuel for future chases or for like today. I don't use any of it for profit. I don't ask for donations, so that's the only time I'm going to say it. And one around Greenbacker, it's starting to get a mean looking hook to it heading towards Sevierville. It's got a hook on,
what?
It's trying to get a hook on the line. The one there around Greenback. Coming into Maryville right now. Tornado warning continues for Georgia. Bro, what is that? Look at the new day one. Look at the new day one. The enhanced risk has been cut out from Scott County, but it does still exist through Kingsport and right on the edge of Johnson City. Most of the area that we're in, we're right in the middle of the enhanced risk right now.
I can't see the new one yet.
I sent it to the local one, the bot. I sent you that one through Messenger.
Well, that's some sort of enhanced risk, isn't it?
Yeah, it's weird. Still awaiting. Let me see if they've updated so I can read up on it. Hasn't been updated yet. should be here shortly. Wonder if that means the threat's downtrending. I mean, either way, it's still, there's still an enhanced here, so.
I think that one storm is our only hope.
Let me save this and post it in here. I'll show off what I'm talking about real quick here. So the area that we're in, this is the, I'll zoom it in. This is the new SPC outlook. You can see obviously where the line of storms is moving through right there. So they've kind of dumbed down the enhanced. So here's like a more local graph map here, if it'll focus. So you can see Middlesboro there. And there's Kingsport and Johnson City. So this area still has an enhanced risk.
There is some rotation down there.
Let me get a look on radar scope. What do you use? Do you use radar scope or?
Yeah.
Bro, I can't. Quit that, Gatlinburg. It ain't, like I said, it still ain't even in Gatlinburg, but it's got a TVS on it.
Does it?
On the mountain, yeah. Like it ain't even a thunderstorm. It's just mountain interference. The little stuff that's always on the map. God, look at that wind. Look at the sun, it's almost straight flat.
Ooh, that wind.
.20 mph sustained. I've got an anemometer with me, posted around here, so we can track wind gusts. Back up to 20 mph. Trying to stay hydrated. So we're still in Baileyton, Tennessee. I'm waiting it out right now. Appreciate you, Kevin Castle, for the new subscription. Appreciate anybody that subscribes to the channel. You're all awesome, because without anybody it'd just be me out here talking to myself, which I pretty much do that anyway. Oh my gosh. These winds are nuts. .22 was max gust on that. True that, man. South of Arcadia and Bloomingdale there, they've got an outage reported, but I think that's that fire you're talking about.
God, that storm just not wanting to do it.
Oh, thank you, Noctwitch. I think I said that right. Well, I'm not trying to be mean towards our National Weather Service office, but man, if there was, they wouldn't.
That storm is just not wanting to do it, dude.
I don't think they would call it a tornado warning until like it was on the ground almost. Nothing against them. I love them guys, but dude, look at that hail core right outside of Knoxville. That thing looks nice. Wonder what size it's producing. It's saying 0.75, but it could probably be pretty close to an inch size hail. The only thing that stinks about the line is it's not really linear anymore. It's kind of all over the place. It's losing its stabilization, I think. But you can see the clouds are rolling in. Hey, Emily. Oh yeah, Noctwitch, I agree. Oh, thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I heard there was a fire up there. I agree with you on, I think once it makes it over that Cumberland Plateau, like coming in from Knoxville here, once it hits this little flat area, I think especially around Greenville, Tennessee, like where we're stationed at up here in Baileyton, I think there could be the potential for some stronger storms. It just depends on if this storm tries to get its act together or not, because it's kind of all over the place right now. Alcola and Maryville there, it's trying, but it just, I don't know if it's going to get it together or not. A lot of micro rotations, but yeah, that's what I was thinking, Try. Like, it's a pretty small, tiny hail core, but I mean, the values are pretty high. We're looking at, let's see, about 60 to 62 dBz. There's a 63 in there. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me see.
Bro, that thing's getting its act together.
What are we looking at?
Look at that storm. It's getting its act together.
One around Knoxville, yeah, it's looking a little intimidating.
Ooh, buddy.
Oh shit.
Holy hell.
Oh. We might have a couplet.
That's a beautiful. little incoming couplet right there.
Where's the couplet at?
Right here. Just to the
Oh.
southwest of Knoxville.
Yeah, southwest of Knoxville there is a rotation couplet starting to form. Juanita, that is
We go right
moving.
through Knoxville, go north.
Like right towards Jefferson City? That's what I was
We would go
thinking.
to the west of Jefferson City.
To the west.
It goes straight north.
What's the storm motion? North or northeast? Oh God. Wow, they're really ramping north, aren't they? Juanita, that one may
You might be
impact your
lucky enough,
area.
it might trend right up 81. Let's try to get that appendage on the back end.
Yeah, I see that. Around Maryville there. What the? Now on the other side of Gatlinburg, like Pittman Center, there's another TVS, but it's just for the mountain stuff. I don't know what it's doing. Got Connor sending me a picture from Kingsport there. You can see a little area of clearing right there, but the cloud cover's definitely in, so I'd say we're in for the potential storms here. Just having to see how things are going.
Ooh, it's coming down to Reneeling. Look,
Oh God, is that the stadium?
yeah,
They just put that camera up, didn't they?
yeah.
I don't see anything new as of this moment. Severe thunderstorm for Madisonville, Etowah, and Englewood, Tennessee until 3:30. This storm will contain 70-mile-per-hour winds. That was just issued. And let's see, that's the same storm down there. We're just waiting to see what's going to happen right now.
We might have a couple shots. If you look at the storm motion, you see when they go, they're getting squeezed as they go between the mountains right here.
So I'm thinking South and Greenville ain't a bad bet.
Look at that bullshit rain right there trying to come straight up. Trying to cut it off.
Get in front of it.
For Johnson City and Kingsport. There's
Okay.
a couple of storms individuals that are near Vonor and Greenback that I'm watching too.
Got strong wind again. Another quick 20-mile-per-hour gust. Something fell down over there. Not seeing much of nothing right now. Hey, they issued a tornado watch for, let's see, it'd be Buchanan and Dickinson counties in Virginia. Harlan is in under that until 7 p.m. A couple of tornadoes possible, isolated, hail up to half-inch size possible. That covers Harlan, Hazard, Pikeville, Paintsville, to Logan, West Virginia, all the way up to Cincinnati, Ohio. MRX also continues the high wind warning for Hawkins, Hancock, all the counties of the Morristown area until 1 a.m. on in the morning. If you look at that new tornado watch box they issued, Find out where the circling low is based off of it.
Do what?
I said, if you look at the new watch that was issued, where's the circling low? You can tell it's right there. They didn't even have that crazy of a threat, but they got a lot more tornadoes than this area. Especially in Indiana today. Strong winds coming through again. 22.5. Yes. Yeah, that was when Glade Springs got hit. Oh my gosh. Yeah, 2011, that was that year. I don't think we'll get anything close to that today, but I still wouldn't be surprised to get one, maybe. It just depends on storm motion, and there's a new severe thunderstorm warning. Either that or they updated it. Monroe and Roane County has been canceled. Oh yeah, try. I went up there and took pictures and stuff. It hit that truck stop and just threw trucks all the way across the road. Those like cargo crate things. We're getting some sprinkles. Severe thunderstorm warning continues for Knoxville, Tennessee until 3:45. This storm will contain wind gusts of 70 miles per hour. A 63 mile per hour wind gust has been recorded at McGee-Tyson Airport. Jesus, I can't talk. It's still 72 degrees. It feels cooler though. The air in front's cooler. It's kind of chilly with the wind. You need to pee before we start, Goldie? Come on, girl. Take my dog out to the bathroom. Oh, all right, Goldie. What's the plan? Okay, the plan is to shut my cord of my anemometer in my door.
What are you doing?
Huh?
Where are you going?
I don't know yet. I ain't seen nothing. Let's see.
I'm holding out for this one last one. Ooh, that latest scan. Ooh.
Oh, shit. They just alerted that lightning has been detected 15 miles from Sigornsville.
Starting to get into the clearing.
I think they're really going to start popping off here in a minute because, I mean, this area hasn't had any cloud cover. We're getting a lot of it, like, frontal stuff, though. It could be an embedded. If it does go tornadic, it'll be an embedded. Dang, Georgia, share the fun. They got another tornado warning down there in Georgia. Trying to rain again. So we've made it to the hour mark with not really much going on. Just waiting it out. But once it does start, it'll be intense, and we'll just...
The freaking, the BS rain in the south are trying to cut it off.
Yeah. That's a big blob of rain, too.
And literally, we're the only place in the entire country that has that happen.
It's where it gets funneled in the mountains. The Cumberland Plateau and the Blue Ridge Parkway. It gets stuck. Are you sleepy, Goldie? MRX continues tornado watch until 8 p.m. Yes, it was already set for that. Tyson Airport, there in Knoxville, 68 mile per hour wind gusts.
Wow.
Or 66.8 reported. My partner, Green WX, Strawberry Plains, Midway, Tennessee, Danridge. Very strong winds, 60 to 70 mile per hour. Will move over your area within the next 30 to 45 minutes. The storm is starting to bow out a little bit, which means that those winds will get stronger. We're just awaiting right now. I'm watching that line. It's coming into Scott County. Nothing much to say about it, just heavy rain and pretty strong winds. Main area of interest is, for me, is this storm around Knoxville. Slowly waiting. Cloud structures are pretty wild. I like turtles too. I really like storms. We're still here in Baileyton, Tennessee, awaiting. Gonna see what this line's gonna do. Raining pretty good now. A little bit of a, over on this side, a little bit of a lowering, as we call it, scud, or scary looking clouds. So there's no thunderstorms in the area yet, just these pop-up little rain showers. Look from Jackson's side. Gonna have to watch it for embedded tornadoes. Yeah, Connor, there's some pop-up rain showers. I'm not really seeing anything too super impressive off of radar scope right now, but then again, as that storm gets closer to Knoxville, you're also getting closer to the radar site there at Morristown, so you're going to start to get a lot of interference. So that's why Morristown likes having spotters out to be able to kind of report what's going on, because as it gets closer to the radar site, it's a lot harder to see some of those rotations sometimes. Still waiting. Let's see if Morristown's posted anything. Morristown says storms are moving through the area with widespread 60 to 70 miles per hour expected. A tornado cannot be ruled out as we still have tornado watches in effect. That was as of 2 minutes ago. In Tennessee, it's reported, this is customers that are tracked through a thing, 293,000 people, almost 294,000 people are without power currently. And according to Green WX, which is one of my people I work with, over 10,000 people are without power in the Green WX watch area, which he covers basically the same area. Hey, MRX issued tornado warning.
Do what?
Tornado warning, Western North Carolina.
Are you fucking serious?
Andrews, North Carolina, Marble, North Carolina, and
It was
Hiwassee
down under us.
until 4 p.m.
Typical. Typical.
And that's headed for Topton, North Carolina. There is a tornado warning now in effect for Western North Carolina there. The very low end as it borders Georgia, it's Hiwassee, Marble, Andrews, and Topton. Tornado possible tag on the Knoxville storm. Tornado possible moving into Morristown. This is the warning, guys.
Morristown has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Hawkins County, northeastern Knox County, south central Hancock County, Jefferson County, northern Cobb County, southwestern Greene County, Granger County, northern Sevier County, southern Union County, Chamberlain County, until 4:15 p.m. At 3:32 p.m., a severe thunderstorm was located 10 miles northwest of Sevierville, moving northeast at 60 miles per hour. Hazard 70 miles.
Okay, 70 mile per hour winds, penny-sized hail. Locations in this path of this potentially tornadic storm is Mascot, Tennessee, Jefferson City, so Juanita, be on the lookout. Danridge, Sevierville, Newport, Bulls Gap, Bean Station, Morristown, Witt, Rutledge, and Blaine. This is all in Tennessee. This is coming out of Knoxville right now, heading this way, and it does have a tornado possible tag, but the main threat is the 70 mile per hour winds. If there is the potential for a tornado in this storm, it will be rain wrapped. So for your safety, move to the most interior room of your home. Protect yourself. So let's see. Let me see how far. See how far we are from that. know what's going on, but I hear sirens. Fire truck, maybe? Pretty sure, yeah, fire truck behind us there. It's probably a fire somewhere due to the high winds. Yep, fire truck. Man, we're getting some good rain right now, which kind of stinks for our convection, but we'll be all right. Oh yeah, high winds, and it's been not even the fact that it's like dry, like we've had a lot of rain, but I mean, anytime there's high winds like this, the fire potential is pretty crazy. White Castle's son in Bowling Green, Kentucky crushed a car, blew over on it. Let me see how the phone's doing, if it's hot. It's not too bad, but I'll cut some air on up there. Thunder and lightning in Sigornsville. We're tracking this very closely here. I'm mainly paying attention to that bow segmented line around Jefferson City there.
Did the rain go on somewhere? They fucking really tried that hard to undercut us.
You got the clear slot right there.
Where?
There's nothing on radar right there because we're looking towards, like, that's Branberry and Newport. I think so too.
I expect it to go Tor Warren.
It might go Tor Warren, but I don't think they're going to be able to see it because of the radar.
It's one of those things that's going to make a run right up the interstate. We're going to have to make a run for it.
TVS.
There's a TDS?
TVS, like tornado velocity signature, north of the Morristown radar there. I don't know if it's true.
There's a TVS on that storm.
And there's rotation right around Jefferson City, it's showing. Meso strength of 4,500 or 4,252. Rotation back headed towards Jefferson City as well. Around Mascot. Trying to click that. Meso strength 2970. Northeast at 69 knots. We're going to see if a tornado warning gets issued here. All right, Jefferson City. Now that storm is actually looking really good right now, coming into New Market right before Jefferson City. It's trying to develop a hook there, but it could be as it's coming closer to the radar too. It's harder to indicate. Regardless, be in your safe spot, because 70-mile-per-hour winds ain't no daggone joke. Yeah, Connor, there's also a tornado warning down there in the lower part of the mountains. The one that's headed towards Danridge looks pretty good. Like, it's a little north of it there. It's starting to get that nice presentation.
Look at the T-Dot camera down there.
I'm sure I'm gonna have a fun time driving on the road. Me and my almost bald tires. Again, don't do what I'm doing. Hey, see the light coming up by the tree back there?
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all can see that or not. What I'm talking about is right here at this tree. You can see some light coming through right there. So that indicates there's a little bit of opening pocket between that storm. That could lead to some instability there. I don't know if they canceled the tornado warning down that way or not.
Dude, I think there's a debris ball in there.
Close to Morristown?
North of the interstate.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing what you're seeing. That might actually be.
There's a lower correlation coefficient.
Right south of Newmarket?
Yes.
Yeah, I see that.
Holy shit! There's a fucking tornado on the ground down there.
There might be. There might actually be a tornado.
That signifies what I'm seeing on this camera right now.
It might be a rain-wrapped tornado just outside of Jefferson City there. Not confirmed, but there is a lower correlation coefficient. I can show this here. This is just a little bit south of Newmarket right there. There's a little ball of potential debris, which it could be from the wind. So not to get too hyped up and say that, oh yeah, that's definitely a tornado, you know. But, I mean, it does kind of line up on radar, like where this Boeing segment is moving through. So there's a little bit of debris being lofted there, which could be leaves, it could be trash from the highway. That's just something we need to pay attention to as this is moving up this way. If it stays by the next frame, then that would be a little bit more worrisome. So I'm gonna pay attention here real quick and kind of just watch what's going on. But, I mean, that potential evidence of something happening there. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of fanned out, so I can show. Yeah, exactly. It could be the hail too. You can see that it's fanned out a little bit, so there's still debris lofted in the air, whether it was from potentially a brief spin up or just those straight line winds. Definitely, like you can see how it's kind of fanned out. It's pushing back from the area where the original debris ball was here, and it's slowly moving forward as it's moving this way. But I am still seeing rotation in that area, so we're going to watch it and pay attention here. It's very broad rotation, but I mean it's got all the characteristics it should have.
Got swallowed by rain. Of course.
It fanned out a lot too, so if it was straight line that picked up something, it fanned it. You can see that clearing right in here really starting to develop there. That's the area where those storms are right now. That's the air it's pushing in front of it quickly. Watching here. Let me see if anything else has been issued, because Twitter is like spot on with these things. They're so fast. From my partner, Green WX, the storm is trying to rotate as it heads near Jefferson City. This could potentially strengthen. If so, be prepared now as a warning may be issued. So just keep in mind, it's something that can happen. So we gotta just pay attention here. Look at all the power trucks going. There goes the power trucks. Moving to Knoxville. I know I'm a storm chaser, but I hate when you have to drive head on into them things to get through it to go to work. There's that clearing, still clearing right there. So that's where our biggest instability is going to come from. Seeing any light through the clouds like that, it's never a good sign. Still watching here. I'm trying to keep up to date with everything that's going on currently. I'm checking out scanner food as well. Oh my God. Pursuit headed eastbound Sullivan County chasing a gray Nissan Frontier. Just left Strome Drive onto 11W. And then we got Scott County, Virginia on East Jackson Street. Traumatic lacerations yield to responders. What a crazy, nutty day. Run anyway right now. Or do anything being a Dumbo. I guess the weather brings the worst out in some people. So I'm waiting for this line to pass Morristown's radar before I make a decision on what I'm doing right now. We're still just watching it. Yeah, these storms are booking it. The sail that is situated over Jefferson City right now is moving north-northeast at, see, it says 68 knots. So it'll be 68 kts to miles per hour. I can't do conversions in my head. It's moving at 78 miles per hour. So these storms are literally hauling. They could beat me on the highway. Unless if I speed, no, I'm just kidding. Currently watching. I don't see any signatures of anything. It's passing over the Morristown radar right now, but you could see that would be that direction. So we're just slowly awaiting. Because we're in the path of this storm. We got some storms on the backside trying to flare up as well. They look sub-severe though. The main issue is this front line. That tornado warning expires in 9 minutes on western North Carolina. After that, there's nothing on the board right now. I said that one in North Carolina expires in 9 minutes. After that, there's nothing on the board besides the severe thunderstorm warnings. One minute ago, severe thunderstorm warning continues for Morristown, Tennessee, Jefferson City, Tennessee, and Bean Station. This storm will contain 70-mile-per-hour gusts until 4:15. A tornado is also possible. Tag is still attached to this. Penny-sized hail. So we're watching this because the thing is, it's over the radar right now. We're not going to be able to tell what's really going on. There's the clearing.
Yep. It's a short clearing between us and the storm.
Shoot, we may not have to go nowhere. It might drop a tornado right in front of us.
Let's hope.
Hey, if I can save gas, sure. Fuel's so expensive right now, it's so hard to do anything. It's like I've never asked for donations for doing any of this. This is the first time I've ever posted. That's why there's the pinned comment at the top. Times are hard. Not only for me, but for everybody else too. Let's see any new comments right now. Yeah, rain and thunder in Bristol, Tennessee. Storms are booking it. Colonial Heights having some thunder as of 3:45. Big cloud to ground strike around Kingsport there, 3:44. Going outside the door pops like a glass soda top. Blake Small. Oh, okay. Now I know who you are. Cool. Currently in Baileyton, Tennessee. We're just right outside of like Morristown, kind of further up from it. But we're just above Greenville, Tennessee. Right on the highway. 81's just right there. That's the on-ramp back onto 81 South. But we're going to probably head back north and follow it north, depending on whether there's a tornado warning or not. But it's in Morristown right now, so it should be here very shortly. We're just awaiting to see what get issued. Oh my God. Tornado warning continues for Andrews, North Carolina, and Marble, North Carolina, and Topton until 4 p.m.
See if the cell composites are still up there.
Well, look at that clearing. Holy crap. And I'm going to send you the newest NATO cast.
Oh, it looks like shit.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. This is the current.
What is that?
That's the current NATO cast. This is a bot that takes all the, that's Southwest Virginia in the dark green there, Northeast Tennessee in the lighter green, which indicates 3% chance of tornadoes. NATO cast is basically a bot that takes all the data of current models and kind of hodgepodges it and comes up with like a tornado percentile forecast. So it's not like super accurate because it's still in its learning stages, but a lot of storm chasers have been using NATOcast to kind of determine if there's a higher probability of tornadoes or not. And sometimes it's been dead on the money accurate, but sometimes it's, you know, it's still learning, which is kind of creepy. Matrix? Fair enough. I get what you're saying there. The reason I don't, which I mean, I have stuff in the back for that. I have a safety vest and all that stuff. But most of the time, I don't wear it while driving or anything like that because most of the time I have my lights and stuff that I have on. But other than that, if I'm responding to a situation, such as like a tornado's touchdown and I'm going out to make sure somebody's okay, then yeah, I'm going to wear my safety gear to kind of show, hey, I'm out here, I've got my helmet, you know, don't want debris falling on me and trying to make sure people are okay. But Other than that, I don't wear it while driving just because it sometimes kind of gets in the way and bulky, but I understand your safety comes first. But also, too, you're not going to want to drive your vehicle directly into a tornado, obviously. I like to put enough distance between myself and the rotation to be able to see it from a respectable viewing point, to potentially capture it, and then once it's passed, move into that area to assist any way I can. Because that's the thing, if a tornado does come down today, that's it. Chase is over. I'm going to respond to the damage and help out any way I can. I'm not like mostly everybody else who's just like, oh yeah, well, there's a tornado. All right, on to the next. Nah, I'm going to help out where I can. Fair enough. It might catch me. It's a risk that I guess mostly everybody takes. Wow, look at that clearing. Not trying to change the subject. I agree. I think there should be new mezzo. Thanks, Connor.
He's trying to wrap back around.
Hey, Connor, send that to me. Send me the mezzo.
Tornado drops right now. It'd be right on the interstate.
Yeah, like what Tross says. I mean, it's not like, I mean, every average Joe can technically go out, but should they? No. You take your own safety and responsibility into your own hands. I'm going to make sure I'm safe so that way I can make it home to my children. I'm not going to go out here and literally throw my car into a tornado. Quit that. My car. It's my heat shield, I think. I mean, that's the thing too, like El Reno, that was like with shoot, I can't think of what his name is off the top of my head right now.
So hard.
Oh my gosh, that thing's got a hook. But I mean, the thing is, it's sad what happened to those people, and it's not like they were really out there trying to risk their lives. It's just they were trying to get the data. They were really trying to get the data, because that was Smyrna's mission, was to get out there and potentially collect data on tornadoes to help potentially build homes or save people's lives. Okay, it looks like it's past the Morristown radar now. It's trying to beef up. We'll see here. Dude, what is that split? What is happening to it?
What?
Like it's splitting apart.
What, right here?
No, like lower than it. Like around Newport there.
Yeah, like right here?
Yeah, it's really throwing itself apart. Oh, yeah.
Dude,
I
it's
completely...
hooking.
Oh, yeah.
It's fucking hooking.
It's
Right
outside.
on 81.
Is it? It's going toward Bull's Gap, right?
Right before 23 down there.
Yeah, I agree with that. Like... No, you're good. Like,
I expect a tornado warning any minute for that.
It's Morristown. You're good. You like, I promise. I was just trying to like clarify for my personal self. I just enjoy getting out here and getting the information out to people. I don't care if I make money. I don't care if I get the shot. It ain't about that for me. Storm chasing has been one of those things for me that's just kind of like, it's like going out and fishing for me. It actually relaxes me. It's like I get hyper tensed whenever I'm like in the storm. But then afterwards, oh my gosh, I can go home and sleep like a rock. Unless if it's something like whenever I went up and helped with the Kentucky floods. Now that traumatized me. Tornado warning is over in North Carolina there. There's currently no tornado warnings on the board.
Huh?
No tornado warnings on the board. They're all...
Yep. Some outbreak. This one's trying to take advantage of this clear slot.
Yeah. You can see the clear slot moving right here. You can obviously see the sunshine.
Not far from here.
So the storm base, if I can, let me wipe
Dude, I
that.
want to get over on the overpass.
Where's the overpass?
Right there. Looking down the interstate.
Can you do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to do it?
Sure.
Follow me.
We're gonna move real quick to get a good view of this storm. Gonna get set up in position here. Let me get my headlights on. Yeah, that's why we're trying to move a little bit. Get into a good position here. Let me roll up my window for my pup here. I got the storm chaser dog with me today. Good old traffic. Thanks for your late turn signal, bud. better what do they call that, wind velocity and dynamics and stuff like that. Reed Timmer, they actually did a scientific study with his car, and it actually got better miles per gallon because it was dimpled like a golf ball, which mine definitely ain't perfect by any means. It's got some hail dents in it from last year's storm, but I ain't no Reed Timmer, man. We don't get a lot of hailstorms and stuff here. So we're currently on the overpass. You're looking at 81 here. This, if I can put my finger in frame, this over here is that storm that we're watching right now. Trying to see if they've issued anything or if anything's going on. The National Weather Service has dropped the tornado possible tag on the severe thunderstorm warning out of Knoxville. That's coming up through Morristown right now. Let me let my bud here in front of me know that. Tornado possible tag was just dropped. Knox County, Tennessee, Knoxville, 911 call center reports thunderstorm wind damage, widespread trees and power lines down across the county. But just because they dropped the tornado possible tag doesn't mean that 70-mile-per-hour winds aren't still going to affect this area.
What else is new?
Tornado possible tag up in the North Carolina mountains.
If you look at the newest rundown, it looks like on the newest radar, the reds are deepening back on the back left side of North Carolina mountain.
I'm thinking about intercepting the lower part of this thing, like around like Greenville. You can see the rain coming up the highway now. Whoa, there's the wind. Holy crap.
You can see a little bit of it. What's crazy though is this thing is hooked just like a supercell.
Yeah, it has a supercell composite, but it's not looking that great on, like, I don't know. It just doesn't look that good.
The deep red from the back end is what's what got me.
Kind of puts me in mind of like an RFD.
Yeah, maybe.
Storms are firing up back behind Knoxville, but I mean, this line is going to use all the Cape.
The next storm is really starting to look good though.
I'm debating about going back north and getting in front of it again. Because like right now it looks like it's like trying to redevelop, like it's just crossed over all those hills and stuff.
You mean get on 81 and go towards Fall Branch?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go to I'll go to Geraldstown. That's exit 40. Oh yeah, that latest really showed itself now. Interstate go north a little bit.
That's what I was thinking. There's a truck coming. If we get north, then it may have time to develop. All right, so we're gonna hit north, like going towards Fall Branch, because what's happened is it's come over the mountains around like Morristown and stuff there. So it's kind of weakened a little bit, but what's gonna happen as it starts to enter this flat, this whole area was nothing but sunshine earlier today. So we have a lot of unstable energy in front of it that it's going to be able to use. And what we're talking about is this mountain range right here that you can see now as I'm coming onto the highway. This will kind of slow down that line, but the area that's this direction is pretty flat, which is north of Greenville and coming into Fall Branch there, because as this kind of gets over this more flat terrain, it'll have a more chance to develop. And that's what we're waiting on. We're waiting on the development of the thunderstorm itself, because right now it's just a rain and wind threat, which I mean, it's still significant because it's 70-mile-per-hour wind. And this truck isn't even going to let me over. What a nice guy. Trying to keep the stream connected here. It's fine. It is what it is. Realistically, wasn't his fault. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. The one that was following up. Seen it many times. severe thunderstorm warned right now. Let me look. Yeah, it's not even severe thunderstorm warned now, but it does have a really nasty backdraft on it. I'm past the mile marker 41. And it should come back. What exit were you taking? No, you're good. I can meet you up at the next one. What's the next exit?
I believe the next one is going to be the full branch one.
Okay, I'll come that way. Yeah, sorry for the stream cutting out, guys. This good old...
Awfully dark back behind me, though. Yeah, I believe I passed it. 44? Yeah, I just passed by.
Yeah, I'm looking at some pretty dark clouds right now. It's towards Greenville, I'm pretty sure. Church Hill looks like they're getting rocked with some wind right now. I'm seeing like potential close to 70, 80 miles per hour off of radar scope there. We're gonna try. I'm gonna try to meet up with them at the next exit there. Honestly, overall threat doesn't look too significant to me. It looks more like just a damaging wind threat. As of right now, they look like they've weakened a ton. So if it cuts out again, just make sure to refresh in a little bit, and I should be back. Like, there's a cell phone tower up there to my right, but that doesn't mean that it won't cut out again. So right now we're like racing away from the storm. Try to get in front of it, so that way we can get a good look as it comes over and potentially capture those winds. I will be out with my anemometer to try to measure some of these winds as it comes into the area. That's interesting. Yeah, it looks like it just passed over Church Hill according to radar. It's coming into Kingsport now. And yeah, I mean, it's showing right in front of the line there some 60 to 70 mile per hour winds based off velocity. Whether that's true to what it's showing or not. Actually, that little sail over Hill doesn't look too bad. I don't think it's like rotational by any means, but it could have some hold up. See some rotation north of Baileyton. Hey, there's a little couplet north of Baileyton there, south of Sigornsville. I don't know if it's just interference on radar. But if we go to Fall Branch, we'll be able to intercept that if it is potentially trying to develop something tornadic. It's very dark here, as you can tell. It looks like it's like late in the night. Or late in the day, I mean. You're taking the Fall Branch exit? What mile marker is that? 52, I think. Work you. I ain't gonna say. Yeah, I'm coming up on exit 50, try. Look at this storm structure. It's all over the place. Probably turn this off for now. Exit 50.
I got off the exit. When I got down to the bottom of the ramp, back right, crossing above bridges, I'm sitting on the side of the road down here.
Give me an update, Logan. Sorry, I haven't been around. I was dealing with something going on another team, but are you doing all right?
We've got a lot of scud or lower looking clouds, or scary looking clouds. But other than that, I don't see too much at this particular moment, but I'm watching this storm where the cell phone tower is, and it's heading its way. So you took right towards Fall Branch, correct?
Hey. And then I'm looking at a really nice looking base right in front of me, facing towards Fall Branch. And it doesn't look half bad.
Pulling up behind you right now. Oh, God. You seen that little bit of shelving on that? What the heck?
A little bit of a shelfie.
We've got some lower in here in front of us. I'm gonna have to fix this there. Trying to see what we're looking at here. I'm looking on radar right now. A hit popped. That felt fantastic.
that looks like it's getting ready to do something, sucks a butt ton of fucking rain up into it, disappears.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not seeing it with this storm. Yeah, I'm in the same boat. It doesn't look good at all. Honestly, it's really good news though, because we did want this to kind of have that bust potential. We didn't want tornadic supercells.
Looks like a bunch of bullshit rain.
Lightning's to the south and north of us. I don't even see any on radar right now. I'm in this general vicinity.
You seeing lightning with your own eyes?
No, none on radar. Well, you can tell it's getting pretty dark here, though. That's at least. Look at the scud hanging off that. Yeah, I agree, Trial. I don't know what happened, really. I don't know if the schematics were just bad here. I'm watching. Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Yo, check out behind us. Back there towards that cell tower, there's a little bit of like low rain in the clouds. Yeah. I would make a U-E back like right up here at this intersection and go where that gray car just passed us there and get a look at that side. It looks really good. This is Amon, if you're tuning in and stuff, this is the one that's over Greenville right now. It's got a little look to it. Pretty mean looking. I'm looking at some of this lowering that's occurring right around in here, especially on this side. Pretty decent lowering right there. I still don't think it's really tornadic though, by any means. I mean, it's definitely got some scary looking structures, but other than that, oh! I saw that one, that was bright. That's the storm I was looking at. Semi-truck's probably like, what the heck? Yeah, that one was right in front of us. It was, according to radar scope, 2 miles away. And there was a secondary bolt, it shows, probably about 5 miles away. I use radar scope.
Yeah, this looks like just a bunch of rain now.
It's what I started with, and it's kind of what I know. Yeah, I agree. I'm probably just going to stick it out now for the wind, just to see what happens. But other than that, I think it's kind of dead down this end. Hey. Right outside of Greenville, there's actually trying to start a little bit of rotation. It's actually the direction we're looking. Like that's headed toward Johnson City. I had a TBS at house. Up in Fort Blackmore, it shows the little tornado symbol. Well, if it's gonna hail, it's gonna be in here. I think so too, Try. Go straight on this road. I'm thinking that I'm seeing a little bit of rotation on radar, but if this is the case, it's like extremely rain-wrapped potential on a funnel. Torrential downpour. Yeehaw. Sit right here for just a minute. I'm trying to determine what is going on here. I don't know if anything's been issued or not. Jesus Christ, this rain. Look at the bands. If it'll even show because of how. Look how it stops. Honestly, I ain't really seeing much in the terms of potential tornadic activity. That one down there towards Waynesville looks really bad in North Carolina, but I'm watching Johnson City. I pulled off. I was trying to see if it was going to get a warning attached to it, but they never did, and it's pretty much dissipated. Yeah, the Ducktown area there really gets downbursted. I'm watching it right here from the right off the highway here, and it's just curtains of rain, and it's changing direction like crazy. It was originally coming at me, now it's coming from behind me. This is the Fall Branch station here. Severe thunderstorm warning just got issued for a portion of Scott County, Bristol, Bluntville, Colonial Heights. Let me take a look at it. Severe thunderstorm warning includes Kingsport, Tennessee, Bristol, Tennessee, Bristol, Virginia until 5:15 p.m. It goes up towards Glade Springs. No tornado possible tag, just 60-mile-per-hour winds and pea-sized hail. Yeah, it's running towards Bristol, Virginia. No tornado possible tag, 60-mile-per-hour winds, pea-sized hail. I've seen more lightning in the winter. I'm just joking. I don't know. Like, I personally don't think today was as much as they hyped it up to be. We'll see. I mean, there's still storms moving through, and I'll continue to track. Nah, I wasn't about to get drenched. EMS station at Hickory Tree. I guarantee it, yeah. Just kind of watching it rain right now. I don't see much of anything. Actually, you can see, it's kind of funny. If I tilt it up more, kind of see some starting of some blue right in here. And basically, as this moves out, it may clear up today. So it's just funny. I'm gonna watch this storm as it heads up towards Glade Springs, though. Pretty underwhelming. I'm gonna watch this severe thunderstorm warning as it tracks up. I'm illegal then. No. Not. I don't know if it'll even get any better schematics up towards Glade Springs or not. I would say the only other thing to look forward to is that little line that's developing outside of Knoxville. But even then, I mean, all this has done used up the energy.
Yeah, there's not anything up near my house. It's all clear up that way now, so I'm not going after it anymore. So I guess this is where I call it quits and go home.
I understand that. Well, I appreciate getting to meet up and hang out a little bit.
I did it. That makes these tastes so much more funner. Let's do this again.
100%. I'm actually watching. I'll talk about it at the end of my stream, but the potential for some snow, and they've posted the new graphic on the climatology and stuff like that, and it's showing like super dark blue below average temperature, so it might be coming.
At least it's coming. Sure as hell ain't Mother Nature. Sure as hell ain't me.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about there. A potential wall cloud coming towards Bristol. This is this is the let's see. I can kind of show here. Bristol is right there in front of this big arc in here, and you can see that there's about some 60-mile-per-hour winds associated with it. So we'll, you know, I think the main threat is the strong winds. Sounds good, man. Take it easy. Be careful. That was Jason. He's out of here. He's going home. As for me, I'm still going to continue my work on tracking these storms. The storm outside of Asheville, North Carolina. Show it here. Oh, good grief. There we go. Actually looks pretty good. Pretty nice strong rotation couplet there. This is Asheville. Pretty nice little couplet trying to move its way. It's going to probably take through this path just north of Asheville. It's right outside of Canton. I'm still watching these storms closely. I'm not seeing anything that's too concerning at this moment. The storm that just passed me, it kind of did exactly what I thought it was going to do. As that line hit Knoxville, it just kind of shattered and it went two different directions. So this one's pushing towards Bristol, this one's pushing toward Asheville. It kind of split the mountains and it kind of messed with the dynamics of the storms. So there was that clearing slot through here, which has like a cap level, but I guess that those storms kind of got mixed up in the cap and kind of couldn't break it. But I'm actually pull you up here real quick. I see a little bit of flooding trying to occur. I'm sure it's just like the creek, but I don't know if you could see it down there or not, but it's running pretty good over that little bit of farmland there. But I'm still watching these scary looking clouds, as they call it, or scud. I'm using radar scope. But you can still, yeah, there's still some scud scooting around out there. It's not super great by any
Be
means.
careful coming back up towards the interstate here, man. Looks like there's a backup.
Looks like there's a what?
Hey, be careful coming back up towards the interstate here, man. Looks like there's a backup.
Oh, a backup on the interstate. Probably a wreck or people trying to avoid the rain. Thanks for the heads up. I'm trying to get this window defrogged, as I call it, but
Going on, I think there's a really bad wreck.
10-4. I'm about to head up that way, so we'll check it out. Step out real quick. Winds are still really blowing. Curtains of rain. Actually, the rain's trying to come back. It was calming down, but it's curtains of rain just right here. It's pretty. Very windy though. Let me read the newest update on the severe thunderstorm warning. So, a very small area of Johnson City is included in this newest discussion, which is like right in here. So the newest discussion is potential for damaging winds and brief tornadoes continues for another 2 to 3 hours. It touches Bristol.
It was a forerunner that a hydroplane spun around and hit both sides of her car. She's sitting on the left-hand side of the highway.
Oh geez. Yeah, so there's a wreck here on 81, be northbound. .4, thank you for the report. Here comes the rain again. So that was the mesoscale discussion. Just gonna watch it rain for a minute, I guess. What else is there to do? Sell near Hot Springs. Yeah, that's the one I was talking about, heading towards Mars Hill and all that. It does look pretty good. Let me get out of the way here. Seems like that wreck is about to be serviced by the station here. Trying to stay out of their way so that way they have... Yeah, there goes the fire truck. I don't know if you can see it or not. Right there, flashing lights. And here comes the ambulance now. They're coming out. I'm actually here at their station. So we'll actually head up that way. because the rain's starting to taper off now, so it's rescue as well in front of them. Not following emergency vehicles, just heading home, but I'm sure we'll see it on our way back. According to what Jason said, he said that it was a hydroplane MVA. So I'm definitely going to take my time. Which the signal may be sporadic again. If so, just refresh in a few minutes and it should reset the data. But I'm going to try to keep it, because I mean we're almost to Kingsport, so it should hold pretty steady. Speaking of hydroplaning, Jesus, a lot of water on the roads. It's because the truck's splashing it all into me. Thanks, bud. Yeah, here. This is probably, there's multiple emergency vehicles in front of me here. We're past the Fall Branch exit, so we're on our way towards Kingsport right now. Yeah, the wreck's just right up here. I can see where they've stopped at up on top of the hill. We're about there. Unfortunate situation that somebody got hurt. Just come on, buddy. So it looks like we're going to be here for a minute. Okay, whoppers, hush. Ugh, stop that. Let me see. Seems like things are definitely slowing down weather-wise, besides like the gusty winds. Still the severe thunderstorm warning for Bristol, headed up towards the Glade Springs area, and Lebanon. It's covered by that. Other than that, though, the only other warnings in the viewing area is south of Irwin there around Mars Hill, Weaverville, and Asheville, which it still does have some slight rotation on it. Haley Ramsey's cash apped me $15. Thank you. Comes the rain again. Yeah, that was my wife that sent me a donation. She said, because I wanted to. Jesus Christ, T-Dot. Oh my God, did you all see that? Holy cow. Dude just flew by. I understand the urgency to get to an accident, but Jesus Christ. Oh Lord. I ain't never seen somebody speed so fast on the shoulder. Dude was doing the speed limit on the dang shoulder. What was he thinking? Sorry, Try. I'm just now checking. Hydroplaned into the median or the guardrail. Basically what Jason had said was, let me see. I have to replay it.
There was a forerunner that hydroplaned and spun around and hit both sides of her car, sitting on the left-hand side of the highway.
So he's on, or she's on the left-hand side of the highway. He said it was a forerunner. Must have had like a hydroplane spin out and hit both sides of her car, so potentially hit like the guardrail and then maybe the other side where they have those kind of like guardrail things, those metal post spike things. So we'll just have to see as we get up here. I'm not in no rush to see no accident. Let me message Scanner Food as well. Oh yeah, I've actually spun out one time from hydroplaning because there was a guy walking down Veterans Highway from Fort Blackmore in the middle of the night, and I swerved to miss this dude, and my car spun around 3 times in the middle of Veterans Highway. Luckily it was late at night, nobody else was on the road. And like I finally got traction. I'm sitting there, I'm like panting, freaking out. And I look back and this dude just runs, goes into the woods. I was so mad. I was like, why are you even out in dark clothing in the middle of the road? But people do that. Apparently there was something like that last night. Somebody was playing chicken with cars in all dark clothing on Midway Road. I was just like, oh my gosh. Now listen, I'll walk like, oh my God, here comes the storm again. I'll walk through like Gate City or Weber City at like 3:30 in the morning playing some Pokemon Go, but I mean, at least I got, you'll know I'm there. I don't wear dark clothing at night. Hamblin County, you are no longer under a tornado watch. They canceled it for Hamblin County. National Weather Service in Blacksburg has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Richlands, Tazewell, and Raven, Virginia until 5:30 p.m. Wind gusts up to 60 miles per hour and pea-sized hail. Okay, so there's just a Tennessee car driving up the other shoulder. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, in between the van and the truck there. Ah, I see. I just now read your reply back. Yeah. That is strange. Now we sit and wait. It's the fun thing. Should have left earlier, but it's fine. I'm just hoping that person's okay. I don't know if that was thunder or a tree just fell. Well, at least I didn't waste too much gas today. I mean, it could have been a lot crazier, but I'm kind of glad that the severe threat wasn't all there, but I did see a thing from the Weather Channel. As of right now, this was as 30 minutes ago, like as of this moment, 30 minutes ago, 3 have been killed in the severe weather outbreak, and that is probably what they're enticing was yesterday's and today's storms. So that's as far as I know. There's THP. It's as far as I know in that instance of any deaths or anything. I haven't heard anything local. And I agree with Green. He posted about the storm that's over Bristol right now. The core of this storm will blow right through downtown Bristol. Nothing really concerning besides the strong gusty winds. And I think like it definitely is one of those things you count your blessings. Today could have been a lot worse. It also could have been a lot better for storm organization, but it wasn't. So on the good hand, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe there wasn't a lot of bad incidents to property and stuff. And but on the bad hand is like it kind of makes days like today less considerable for people to pay attention to severe weather in the future. Right now, I am currently, I'm outside of Fall Branch, in between Fall Branch and the Tri-Cities crossing. So I'm literally like perfectly in the middle on the map there. I'm directly south of Sullivan Gardens, according to like the way I'm laid out on the map. I'm trying to pull up Dark Hollow Road, Fordtown Road. They're both up to my right. Yeah, I think that was the thing too. It's unfortunate that today kind of didn't give something to at least warrant the enhanced, in my opinion. Like, I mean, the dynamics were there. The storms just didn't get organized. Like, they looked so good around Knoxville, and then they just pooped. And it happens. And honestly, it's a blessing in disguise. It could have been, like I said, a whole lot worse. And then, as for your comment about Bristol, yeah, I figured winds would be the main threat anyways. It seems like anytime I come out, they just die. But it was worth at least getting out and seeing the first tornado watch of the season. What the heck was that? Regardless of like whether anything happened or not, it was still awesome to be out here and get to experience the first tornado watch of the season, because I'm sure there'll be more this year, the dynamics and the way things are going. But, well, since we have a moment where we're not really doing anything, just sitting and waiting, oh, traffic's moving now, of course, right when I said that. We may get a look here at this accident here. Oh, THP's coming up behind me as well. Oh, geez. Yeah, they hit the guardrail right there. I don't know if you got to see that or not. They hit that guardrail. It looks like they actually smacked a few of these concrete pillars here as well. It's a RAV4. Not going to dislocate or disclose whether it was male or female. No personal information, just, yeah, that was where the wreck was. So now we're headed back towards the Tri-Cities crossing. Unfortunate. The accident had to occur. Hope they're alright. They were up and moving around and talking to authorities. I'll read your comments once I get off the highway. There goes power trucks. They're on the flashing lights on the left side. I know it's hard to see anything right now. Where did this rain come from? Kind of angle it towards my hood. Maybe it'll try to focus. It's just so much rain right now. But yeah, we'll have a quick discussion about what's coming up. Yeah, I'm north of Gray right now, right at the Tri-Cities crossing. I mean, this ain't like hard rain by no means. Is that? Oh my gosh, the sun's actually shining now. What the heck? I can see it right above my head, like right at the. There's the THP. I'm surprised, honestly. As much as I do these streams on the dash, I use two phones, that way I can live stream from one and show the data from the other. And it always cracks me up that it's like they know exactly what I'm doing, so they never bother me. Which, I mean, they have every right to pull me over. I'm not saying I'm special by any means. I try to obey the laws like everybody else. It's hard to when you're storm chasing, though. As for speed regulations and stuff like that, I always obey the law. But as for like phone in hand, yeah, shouldn't be doing that as much. But I have no other way unless if I can teach my dog to read radar to me. So we'll pull up here to the rest stop. I know it's got pretty good signal. nothing. Yep, good old 26. Headed back to home. Like I said, I'm still going to do like a quick radar analysis and cover what's going on throughout the area, what's to look forward to for the rest of tonight. And then we'll go over a little bit of what's to come. Potentially, it's too far out to say this is exactly what's going to happen, because it's not. But we do have reasons to believe that there is a cold pattern that is going to set up. So it's something that we can discuss just briefly and not get our, all know how winter's gone this year. I've had to go all the way up on High Knob in Southwest Virginia to get anything. Look at that. It's a cool look. It looks like an arrowhead. Look at the, I don't know if you can kind of see it or not, but that like line there on the horizon of like the storms that are exiting Kentucky coming through Southwest Virginia as well. That's so cool. I'll pull up to my usual spot that I do to get a good look up here. Say it ain't snow. Place to park and end my live stream somewhere where I've ended my live stream before, up here in front of the rest center. Actually right up here on this hill, which is what I'm going to do again. I'm just going to plop right here for a minute and I'll angle us towards Southwest Virginia there. Oh God, down in the hole. Set myself back up here. There we go. Cut them down. I don't think it's hardly raining any. Alright, let's do a quick radar analysis and breakdown of what's going on currently and expected to happen. See if there's any updates on anything. Danridge, Jefferson County, 911 call center reports T-storm damage, trees down in the Danridge area, time estimated from radar. That was at 3:48 p.m. Clay County, North Carolina, thunderstorm.
I was watching your stream. That was a bust, bro.
Thunderstorm damage, trees and power lines reported down county-wide, and that's in Hayesville, or Clay County, North Carolina. Other than that, though, let's see. I'm looking at radar right now. There's another little line of showers and thunderstorms.
I'm doing scroll all through Facebook since I've been home. There's not one iota of any type of storm damage that I'm seeing up here.
That's from Jason. He said he's not getting much reports of any storm damage at all. This last little line's about to move through. There's a heavy pocket of rain over here towards Fall Branch. That's going to move through real quick. But other than that, I think the potential tornadic aspect of it it's over. I mean, this is all moving through. This is pretty much it. It's unfortunate that we couldn't get something out of it, like over a nice open field with nobody living there. But all in all, it was a really good day. Oh, well, I appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't get to really read comments there while I was in the wreck and stuff. Just didn't want to get too much in trouble. Sky looks normal for rain. Yeah, I'm always in this area. I mean, it's home to me, so I always chase here. It ain't worth me going way out in the middle of nowhere. I'd rather just report to my local people. But you can see the rain to the left there. Look at, you can't even see the mountains right here because it's pouring down so hard right now. Made a boo-boo. There you go. Yeah, I agree with you, Try. I mean, I think like some people definitely got the better end of the storms, like as for damage and stuff, but you don't really want the damage on days like today. And then you got to think too, this isn't over. We still have high wind warnings in effect until 1 a.m. So even after this storm moves through, we could still see very saturated grounds with up to 60-mile-per-hour winds that can knock down trees or power lines. So that's something that people really need to pay attention to tonight. Like they say, avoid the wooded areas, stuff like that. So just be weather aware, because wind can do as much damage as a tornado sometimes. Especially around here where we don't get super strong ones, but it happens from time to time. I don't think that we will see a weather pattern as good from the standpoint of tornadoes as 2011 for maybe a little while. I don't know if it'll happen in the next few years or not. We can't compare data all the time like that though. We can't be like, oh yeah, this storm is comparable to 2011. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I honestly enjoy doing this. I mean, even just for fun. I mean, I try to alert as much as I can and give people information they need. I mean, I might blab on about random stuff, but that's the first time I've ever chased with somebody else tagging along or me following. I usually just kind of do solo, which, like, if it does gonna snow, then I'm gonna be out in this area driving around, because my good old Subi, it'll go anywhere. This is that last little rain I was talking about moving through. So give it just a couple of seconds and we'll do our final closing here. If you have Twitter, Onita, is that right? Odinot. Jesus, I don't know where I was getting Onita. But we always talk on Twitter about things like weather related, and we don't mind to help people become informed on it as well. It's the same as my YouTube username is the same as I am on Twitter. That's literally all I use Twitter for, is just to talk weather. Or post pictures of my dog. Look at there. Sunshine. Oh, Goldie. Come here, lazy bones. She's like, what's happening? I know, you're too tired. I'm sorry. You need some water? No, you're gonna be mean? Okay. Flip the camera back around. Look at this. Blue skies. Did you have a good trip, Goldie? She's like, eh. Yeah, here, let me take it out of the bracket. Look at this. And you can see it's breaking up back there. Big breakup right here. I mean, that's just crazy. Well, now that it's calmed down, I guess I can finally do our closing statements. Let me find it real quick while I blabber on. Maybe I could find it. I forgot how long ago they posted it. There it is. So this is the upcoming, this is from NOAA and like the climatology and all that stuff. Let me fix that. You can tell I'm sweating, it's still hot. This is the March 11th through March 17th. This was issued today, the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. So right over our area here, you have the darkest of blue, which indicates 80 to 90% likely below average temperatures. So what that's telling me is that it is setting up to be a pattern where we could potentially have maybe a March snowstorm. Could be. Oh, speaking of, I don't know if you could see it, but the clouds are clearing out enough I can see the towers up there. Well, thanks, semi-truck. I'm just kidding. Go on, get to your rest stop. But, you can see that the clouds are clearing. You got your scud up there in front just dragging along and your moisture pulling back into the cloud surface. But take a look over here. There's the sun. Where you been? But, I mean, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. I'm not saying like, yeah, it's gonna happen, but it's definitely something to maybe pay attention to in the upcoming future of like, is it gonna snow this winter? Which they were talking about it, which I have to mention this because it's funny to me. They said, this could be our biggest snowfall of the season. Well, yeah, no crap, we ain't had any. It definitely could be the biggest snowfall of the season. It'd only take a half an inch to be the biggest. We ain't had like hardly nothing this year. I think the Tri-Cities that so far this year had in total 0.5, 0.6 inches. So, I mean, yeah, you could definitely break the season snowfall record in one snow, even if it snowed an inch. I mean, it's just funny to me the way they play the word games and stuff, but I'm trying to see if anything else new has come out. South Holston Dam, Sullivan County, Tennessee, law enforcement reports thunderstorm wind damage, multiple power lines down. This was at 4:43 p.m. Yeah, 0.6 inches so far. So, I mean, you know. Wow, look at that clearing. That's out towards Kentucky. I mean, that's just amazing to me. You just see it come and go. Regardless of whether or not today was severe or whatever, I mean, I had fun. I mean, it was just fun to get out, and that's been the the talk of this season. I mean, hey, it's coming. It's going to be nasty. Here it is. And it's gone. And it's like, what do we have to show for it? But I would rather it be this way than, you know, cleaning up some tornadic debris or whatnot. I would expect them to cancel the tornado watch about any time now, because there's literally nothing behind this line. The worst of it now is affecting the Blacksburg areas of their coverage area, and Greenville and Spartansburg. It's all severe thunderstorm warnings down that way. There is a severe thunderstorm warning towards Mars Hill and Spruce Pine, headed kind of towards Roan Mountain. I think the top end of that will touch Roan Mountain, but I don't predict it really being tornadic. There's definitely some still embedded rotation, especially around like Asheville and a little bit in Spruce Pine. But as for other than that, the only other thing is outside of Cincinnati. Let's see, that would be Hillsboro, south of Wilmington. There is a tornado warning up there around New Market, and that's in Ohio. So definitely a bust, but not like an entire bust. The wind threat was definitely there. That was spot on. That warrants an enhanced risk every time, because I mean, you're having hurricane force winds coming down. So the enhanced risk was definitely necessary, regardless for tornadoes or not. I just think that a lot of area stuff hyped it up too much on the potential for tornadoes. And me myself, I thought it was going to be a really good day. I thought I could actually see one of my first tornadoes today, but it wasn't the case. It wasn't meant to be. It's absolutely fine by me. I'm trying to see if you can see those sunbeams over there. It's beaming out of the sky. Don't make fun of my dead shark. He fell over. Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, I can't tell I like sharks or nothing. But let's see, the only other things, yeah, I agree, wind and flooding, it's a big risk around here, especially the flooding. There's the wind back. Let's see, I should have my anemometer in here somewhere. I got my weather station. Always carry it. What did I do with that? It's hard telling in all the chaos of chasing. There it is. We're still getting about a constant 5-mile-per-hour wind. Yeah, I hear the thunder you're talking about way back that way towards Johnson City. I can hear it just like boom, boom. But other than that, I mean, it's... Dude, these are some wild looking clouds. Let me take it off here. Come here. There we go. Very ominous looking, especially back in there. But there's nothing else there. It's just the edge of the cloud base moving through. As you can see, after that, there's nothing. Like, you can actually, it's hard to tell because of camera. This hole that's up here, you can actually see the backside of that cloud where it's kind of bunched up right here in this band. So literally underneath it, that's the edge of the storm. It's over. So like what you're seeing there is the same as what's back there, if that makes sense. The blue clear skies. That's just a hole that's over top of the shelf. Which, speaking of, there's more blue. Look at all the, what do you call it, mist, I guess. All the moisture it's pulling out of the mountains. I like that color like greenish blue. Set it back up here so I don't make people sick. But let's see. Trying to see. I don't think there's really anything else. Like, it's pretty much done for. The last update that I'll give before I sign off for tonight. Let's see. Tri-Cities is basically, besides Bristol, is all clear on the severe weather threat. We're pretty much done. Storms fizzled out and did not materialize like they should have. This is courtesy of Tracker Satcher on Twitter as well. Still, some downpours are possible and some wind through tonight, but the severe weather did not materialize like we expected. It's definitely true. So pretty much, it's over. Go enjoy the rest of your day. Bristol, hold out for a little bit longer. Gonna have a little bit more gusty winds, some quick downpours. The only other notes is the high wind warning. Just watch out for that, the strong gusty winds, stuff like that. The factors that caused it to break up, my personal opinion, I think it was the dry slot, the area of sunshine that developed over the region, especially like around Greenville there, because that is like, as soon as it hit that, it just shattered. I think what kind of caused that was the same thing that happened to me in Chattanooga last year. We got this bright blue sky, like it's in front of me now, and no clouds would develop in that area. And by the time the severe weather threat reached my area, it just fell apart and didn't really do anything. There was some hail, there was some wind, but it just didn't materialize. And I think it's because of the capping level. Not 100% certain, but to me it felt like maybe that air might have not had enough energy, because those showers and those little rain showers that popped up beforehand really hindered the potential activity that could have occurred. I think whether or not those storms were severe, even with just the little sprinkles of rain, it's still enough to be able to pull CAPE away from the environment, because anything that materializes in an area like a dry slot will instantly start to eat energy and try to develop itself into a thunderstorm. And sometimes it just like gets greedy and eats it all. So by the time the main event gets here, there's nothing else for it to fuel. So it just loses momentum. It's like a car without gas. I'm gonna swing down here and take my rest break, get out, stretch, let Goldie walk. Oh no, you're good. I'm glad I give my input. I don't know if it's a legitimately right answer or not. It's just what I think personally happened. There's the sunbeams. I think that if it would have been completely clear and there was no rain at all, like if it would have just been an absolute like dry slot, then we could have had really bad severe potential, because there was nothing to take away the energy. That's what I really think that the cap didn't let go. Because if it would have, those would have just intensified, and like they would have been worse after they got over the Cumberland Plateau. But that's been about the story of this season. It's just not much is materialized, or anytime we have a chance for rain or snow or something like that. It just doesn't happen. I appreciate all the new subscribers and stuff. I'm kind of checking through all the notifications and stuff like that, and I really appreciate all the donations that was received today as well. I'm not complaining, I promise. I didn't get much, but I'm still bumfuzzled that my wife donated to me. That's funny. And then good old Skylar from First One Try. He's kind of like I work with him and get to help with severe weather and stuff like that. I'm one of the field correspondents. But regardless, it was a really good day. I didn't really waste that much gas neither, because just going to Baileyton and now going back home, it won't be that much fuel consumption. So I would rather it be days like today and I don't lose out on a lot versus my past chases. And it was the reason why I didn't jump and drive to Knoxville to chase a thunderstorm. It's because I've done that before, and by the time I get there, it's just rain and wind, and it's not worth wasting all that time and effort when they're going to come to you anyways. Yeah, I agree. Our little group on Twitter, God, that's all we talk about. I've been interested in it ever since I was a kid. I really thoroughly enjoy weather. My mom, if she's still in the chat, she can literally tell you that I used to scream to not go to school some days when I knew it was going to snow or storm. And then later on, they would call out school or whatever because of the snow or the rain, and I was already home. I was a horrible child. It's like I knew in advance, though. Like, I just had that sixth sense. Like, I don't know. I had really good hopes for today, but it was so funny. I didn't want to say anything. But as soon as I got in the car and was about to do the live stream, all my hope in today's potential hit the floor. I don't know what it was, but it was just like, it was too good. And then it just crapped. Once I saw the newest update from the mesoscale and all that stuff, it just didn't really materialize like it should have. So I just wasn't too impressed with the whole setup. I remember, speaking of that, that's Mom, she's moderator on there. Speaking of Glade Springs and all that stuff, I remember I was either crying or just really upset, and I drug you into my room to watch WCYB on TV that night because we heard one come over the house, and it was the one that ended up hitting Glade Springs. And I mean, it was so crazy that night. I remember all that loud noise and basically forcing you to stay up with me. It's just something I was interested in. Oh, speaking of, this is my chase partner. Oh my God. You good? I choke you up? Oh, bless you. Then Bradford pear's getting you too. But well, I appreciate it all. I'm gonna hop off here. Like I said, same username as that's on my YouTube, that's on Twitter. So if anybody wants to follow and keep up to date when we're gonna go live again or something's happening in the area, I always retweet a lot of my weather friends stuff when we're talking about severe weather or potential for snow. But as always, I appreciate y'all for watching.